When you donate to United Way Jefferson County, over 96% of your donation stays in the local communities. Often an employer will match an employee's donation. A small donation can easily become much larger and help many more people. Here's a glimpse of how your donations and community involvement allow Jefferson County to embrace the challenge to live united.
I found out about the food pantry because I actually had to come to a food pantry. And once I came to a food pantry and seen what they did, I offered to volunteer. And then when I was asked to be the director, I knew that this was something in this area that we needed. There's over 200 families here that would not eat all month long if we were not here. And actually, most of our volunteers here, we have over 30 volunteers a month, and over half of them have had to stand in that line to ask for food. And I think that is why we have such the pour out of volunteers, because they understand what it feels like. It doesn't feel good when you have to go home and feed your family and you don't know where you're going to feed your family. It's sad when a kid comes in here and is excited because they get a pack of bananas or a pack of fruit snacks, because you know that they're not getting that stuff at home. Our main source of income is the United Way of Jefferson County. I can't thank them enough. There's not enough thank you cards to send to them to thank them. And I'm glad that we can be there to say, we're here to help you.
The 4th Street Health Center often sets up free walk-in clinics like this one, held at the food pantry.
I think it's good that we can be here, see if there's people that are uninsured. We want to make sure that they have an opportunity to see a doctor and get the health care that's going to perhaps change their life. So we think it's valuable for us to be here and take care of these people. Offer the service at the very least.
With one phone call, 211 operators connect callers to their local community resources. Ohio United Ways fund over half the cost of these centers. Last year, the operators handled over 1.2 million phone calls.
So I received a phone call from someone telling me that their neighbor needed help. He was on a pension, and he was raising some extended family members. And he couldn't afford a ramp. He had an issue where he was wheelchair bound. I said, well, this sounds like a good situation for 211. So I called. They referred me to someone that could measure for the ramp, the exact specs that were needed and everything. Then I called another agency that was connected with United Way. They were able to get the supplies, and then another agency connected to 211 that could actually help build the ramp. I tell everybody that needs help to call that number and get the help that they need.
The Alive Shelter provides critical services to those leaving violent domestic situations.
That was a norm for me. I grew up knowing that eventually that pain of being hit, the bruises are going to go away eventually. I stayed here at this shelter for 30 days. I had to reach out to other United Way agencies for help, for clothing, for medications, for other resources, even housing. They helped me get my kids settled in. You have to stay here for the first 48 hours. It was like a cooling off period, and I really needed that time to bond with my children, to let them know that, it's going to be okay. They had care providers to take care of them while I attended support groups, so that I could learn for the first time in my life that it is a vicious cycle. I lived a vicious cycle for so many years, going through the honeymoon phase, then, walking around on eggshells. I didn't know that, when I told the kids, be quiet, we don't want Daddy to get upset. I can remember those same words that my mother used with me as a child. My first son, he seen me victimized. He was in a relationship for 5 years with a woman that was very aggressive. He had 2 children with her, and he kept going back. the one thing that if I can prevent this cycle of the vicious cycle of domestic violence, I don't want his children, another generation, for it to touch another generation.
We need your support. Join with United Way. Help Trudy break this cycle of violence.
You've seen how your support has made a difference in many lives here in our community, and we still have people in need. This year, our campaign goal is $440,000, and we need your support. So please, give what you can and live united.